Hey guys, it's Jala here and welcome back to America Reads Fun Learning Activities. Our fun activities focus on many subjects such as science, health, history, and even the arts. For this week, we are going to be learning about the earth. But first, let's get into some quick vocabulary words to guess exactly what we are going to be focusing on. So our first vocabulary word is going to be care. And care is providing what is necessary for health, welfare, maintenance, and protection of someone or something. Our second word is going to be share. And sharing is a part of a larger amount which is divided among a number of people or to which a number of people put in. And our last word is going to be united. And united is when you join together for a common goal. All right, so now let's get into this fun activity and I'll see you guys later.
Hey guys, it's Marian, and yes, we are going to be creating our own little world like you see behind me and putting the love that we should give it. So as you can see, it looks a little bit like this, but then also I have a little recreation from my little dog, Mimi. It looks exactly like this. And I'll show you how to make this yourselves. Let's get started.
Alright, the materials we're going to be needing for this project is a marker, glue stick, pen or pencil, scissors, and construction paper, which would be purple, green, blue, and yellow. You can switch the yellow and the purple to whatever you like, but we prefer if you use green and blue. And then for the marker, it's up to you. Again, I'm just using blue because I like the color blue. Now, let's bring out the purple construction paper, and this is going to be the part where your hands are going to be holding the world. So you'll be tracing from where your wrist is, a little below from it, and just trace all the way around. Like I said before, you guys do not have to use the purple construction paper. If you have something else that you prefer using, go for it. I just really like purple, and I think today was the day I want to use purple for this project, so I went for it. Do be careful when you're tracing. You might get some pencil marks or some ink on your hand if you're using a pen. I'm just using pen to show you where my hands are being placed, but you'll be totally fine if you use pencil. So just trace all the way around your hands, like so. If you make a mistake, don't worry, just retrace it, and when you're cutting it out, just make sure you know what line to cut. Right here, I'm fixing up some of the bumps that just got in the way when I was tracing. And now that we have both of our hands, I'm just gonna cut them in two pieces and start cutting out my hand. If you guys do need help using the scissors, do ask an adult, but if not, just be careful using them. As we continue, I'm just gonna be cutting my hand out. If it comes a little weird, it's okay, totally fine. Some of the hand's gonna be covered because of the world we're gonna create, so it doesn't have to be perfect. As we continue to cut, keep in mind on the color construction paper you guys want to use for the last part. I'm using yellow, but like I said, you guys can use any color, and we'll find out what we're using the yellow for later. But now we're pretty much done cutting out our hands. If you're still cutting, go for it, and they're right there. But we're not going to be needing this right now, so we're going to be placing this aside and continue on with the next part of our little project, is bringing out the two construction papers, which is green and blue. The green one's going to be representing the land on Earth, and the blue is going to represent the water. So the way we're going to measure how big our world should be is sort of the size of our hand. So we don't want it as bigger than our hand, so it could seem small, so we're holding our world. But we don't want it to be very small that it looks like a marble. So in my case, I drew 2 lines, the top of my hand and where I ended cutting my hand from the construction paper, and that's gonna be my reference line. Now we're gonna go through the middle and put a dot. That's gonna be the middle of my circle or my world. What we're gonna do is simply make a circle. How I'm gonna do that is use the pinky as the midpoint where I place my dot, and the pencil is gonna be where I drew that line of reference from before. And what I'm gonna do is place the pencil and rotate it. This is a great way to try to create a perfect circle. If this doesn't work out, just draw a circle, guys. It's totally fine. But this is a fun way. I was trying to make a circle, and you just rotate the paper and leave the pencil where it is. It's pretty awesome if you get it right. If not, you could just erase the lines you messed up in and just retrace like I am doing now. Just really lining up my circle. And there we got it. Now that we know it's gonna be quite the size for our hand, now we're gonna be cutting out our circle. Again, if you need help from an adult, do ask somebody, but if not, just be careful when cutting your circle out representing the world. If you guys did use a pen to draw the circle, this is going to be the back side of it where the hands are going to cover it, so you won't see any lines. But if you use a pencil, I would recommend erasing it so it doesn't show up. But we're going to put that aside. As we could see, we have our circle. This is where the body of water would be in our world. And now we're going to put that aside. Never mind, use it, my bad. And use it as a stencil for the next part. So we're going to place our blue circle on top of our green paper and trace the circle we just did. This would be a good reference to not make our lands too big. So we put that aside. And what I mean by lands is creating our little map. So I'm gonna put a reference of the world aside, and you guys could choose what would you like to place on your world. In my case, I'm gonna be doing North America and South America. I feel like that really represents where I live and what I've learned so far to take care of or really learn the cultures of. So I'm gonna be doing North America, South America, and some of the other lands are on top of North America. I'm just going to be tracing it out. Does not have to be perfect, but just like sort of the idea of how it should look like. Again, there's going to be a reference right there next to you, so you guys could draw it. You guys could draw North America if you just want to, or you just want to draw Mexico or Canada, or if you guys are part of the other side, which would be Russia, Europe, Australia, Africa, whatever you guys would want to represent in this world, go for it. For mine, I'm gonna put the whole North America and South America. There are some islands that I'm not going to include due to the fact they're gonna be little pieces, and if I drew every part of the world, we're gonna be here forever. So I'm just gonna draw a section of it. Like I said, if you guys want to draw a specific part, well, my bad, you guys are more than free to do so. For the one I drew for my dog, Mimi, I did Russia, Europe, Africa, and Australia for that one. But for this one, I'm gonna put North America and South America. As you can see, that's pretty much around the size I want to do it. With pencil, it would be best to draw. I'm just doing it with pen so you guys could see it as I'm doing it. So now, when you guys are pretty much done with the creation you've made, you guys get to cut it out. Again, like I mentioned before, if you need an adult, please ask for one. But if not, do be careful. We don't want any injuries. And if you cut a piece off or anything, totally fine. It's the world you're creating. We're not here to judge. As you can see, mine, again, does not look like the picture. It's just a rough sketch And it's totally fine. It's alright. I did, I think Iceland, if I'm correct, that piece where I'm cutting out right now, and one of the islands right next to North America. Hopefully I get to stick it and doesn't get lost in the process, but that's pretty much how it's gonna look like in my blue world, which is called Earth. And now we're just gonna bring all the pieces together and see how everything just adds up together and becomes our beautiful Earth, our beautiful world, all combined in one. So now we have our hands, our blue, water, and our little pieces. So we're gonna be placing North America, South America, or the ones that you guys decided to do. Just arrange them where we would like to place them and start putting glue. You don't need a lot of glue, just enough for it to stick. Just around the edges. Do be careful. The pieces are pretty much small, so you don't want to tear them up. We're going to continue this until we have all our pieces onto our globe. If you get glue on your hands, guys, don't worry, you guys can wash it off later. It is a bit sticky, but like I said before, you can wash it off. Now that we put our pieces on our world, now we're gonna place our hands behind the world. I was gonna be placing it like this, hiding the thumbs, but it looks a little like wings, and in my preference, I wouldn't wanna create them as wings. So what we're gonna do is, like if I was holding something in my hand, the thumbs will be placed on the left and right instead of hidden behind our globe. So you can just flip the hands so you could see the thumbs, and it looks like you're actually holding it, and you're giving it all your love and embrace, and you just want to take care of it, as you can see here. Now that you saw your placement, you just put glue where the world would be. Like I said, do not put a lot, just put enough. Like right there, I made like a little cross on my hand, and we don't need a lot. We need the rest of the glue for other projects. And we place it right there in the middle, pat it down so it doesn't come off. And there we got it. Now you're curious on what we're gonna place in that empty area. Well, this is where the final piece of construction paper comes in. I'm gonna put a little heart. Some people would rather prefer red, so red represents a heart, but I would like to represent it in yellow. I think yellow, it's a very pretty and awesome color. Very vibrant, I think. So I'm just gonna draw out my hearts and cut it out. Same rules apply. If you need help, do ask an adult. If not, you got this, and just be careful. And there you got it, my little heart. Doesn't have to be a precise size. I just made a little heart, put some glue on my beautiful heart right here. Just place it right there. You guys could put more decorations to this project. I just added a heart, like I said. Let me show you how I did my dogs. As you could see, I put her name. You guys could decorate it as much as you guys like, and I hope you guys enjoy this.